Hey, hey, welcome on in. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome in if you are new. Hey now, hey now. Hopefully, everybody is wonderful and marvelous. I am Nettie, and well, for those of you who don't know, I am Nettie, and often I channel messages for the collective by way of spirit in an effort to teach embodiment in a way, embodiment by way of self love. That is the most appropriate, most efficient, and effective way to get to embodiment. Embodiment being your capacity, your sacred self, walking and moving wholly throughout this life in the fullness of your power. And so that is what I'm referring to in any of the descriptions or any of the videos where I'm talking about your sacred self or embodiment. I use those interchangeably so that you know of your power. That is a very sacred component of who you are. So that is why I call it the sacred version of yourself. We're remembering who we are here and making a return. That said, Spirit has some messages for you all today. I've all morning, Spirit has been speaking, really not just all morning. Anyway, if you've been here for a while, you know that this is just the flow and this is how things go. And hopefully you begin to hear for yourself and you even understand how this goes. But if you haven't, this is still the perfect place for you because we're starting out from the beginning. And I am allowing you guys to see how spirit is working over here so that you know how to function and how to move from the space of embodiment. And I often do that. Spirit has given me this way to do that. And it's really by showing you how you are a tree or viewing yourself in the way of a tree. Your roots being the self love, the trunk being the expression, and the fruit of the tree, the blooming, the flowers, the branches, all of that being the embodiment, which is where you begin to flow and move naturally within the power that you possess. That is the embodiment. And that, my friends, is my sacred self model. And I'm just presenting that to you today. So now you know about that. And that is how I have been teaching this by way of spirit without necessarily saying the name. Anyway, that said, self love is the key that unlocks the embodiment toward your sacred self here. And Spirit has been guiding me today to discuss with you all or to talk to you, deliver a message about this aspect of self. You've reached a pivotal milestone in your journey. This is the place where everything changes for you. You've been noticing some things as of late, and you really can't quite articulate what they are, but you know that things are different. That's not for nothing. And Spirit has been showing you many things, both inwardly and outwardly, that reflect back to you the change that has taken place inside of you. So pay attention to that. Spirit is, yes, well, one of the last videos that I recorded, it probably was yesterday. I don't know if I released it yesterday or not, but Spirit was talking about growing out loud. And it was a reminder for you to go ahead and grow in spite of everything outside of and around you. And this is still a part of that because you are in this place that is unfamiliar. And that is okay. That is a part of growth. There will be many places that are unfamiliar, but they are necessary for you. And you have to make decisions in this place based on a new belief system. This is where you take on a new belief system and not allow those limiting beliefs to keep you stuck in the past. There are things that are coming up from the past that are needing to be faced so that you can move forward. And they're only showing up for that reason. It's not to say that this place, some of it is nostalgia. Some of it is old relationships that maybe felt good at the time and you remember them much differently than they actually were. So keep that in mind. Spirit is saying that some of those relationships, you remember them from a point of view that is not accurate, that is not true, that is not as great as it seems now in your memory. So don't go back there. Spirit has got you in a place where you have to be intentional about following your intuition, following the guidance and the leading of your spirit. That way you were more able and more readily available to hear, see, feel, know. However spirit moves within you, you are fine tuning so that you might be able to recognize that more fully on a multitude of levels, is what I'm hearing. So follow that guidance. There will be many opportunities, and Spirit has also been talking about this part too. Spirit was saying that the things that you see as challenges or that feel like challenges right now would be better framed in your mind as opportunities. And what that means is you have to look at it as an opportunity for you to overcome, an opportunity for you to show your strength and wield your power. It's not about it being a challenge, it's about you knowing that this is where, kind of like a game, this is where I get to strut my stuff. This is where I get to show how powerful I am. This is where I get to show the mastery that I have over my mind. That is the presentation of the current contrast that you're facing, is what Spirit is saying. Things are not as they seem. It feels and seems hard. Spirit is pointing to there's a measure of complexity and duality. Spirit is saying that I'm hearing it feels both ways. It feels both annoying, but it feels empowering at the same time. So there seems to be a conflict within between the two feelings because you don't really know what the heck is going on. You are between two worlds, is what is happening right there. Intuitively, you know that everything is fine and everything will continue to be fine. But there is that part of you that is still trying to say, hey, we've been here before, it was bad. So you're faced with the opportunity to choose which way to go, whether you go with the good feeling or the not so good feeling. And that is your opportunity. That is you choosing for yourself where you want to be in the grand scheme of things. You have to continually choose. Every single day, you're making a choice about what is going to be the prevalent thought and more powerful and more meaningful position that you hold in your life. So Spirit is saying that you are leaving some things behind here. So it's important for you to see these things as they are and not just seeing them with your physical eye or seeing them from a place of nostalgia, but seeing them with your spirit, with your third eye, intuitively, and feeling everything out in that way. This is going to be a new journey. Everything changes from here. And because everything changes from here, it's important for you to align with the decisions and actions toward the place that you want to be, the version of you that you want to be. Recognizing your oneness in all things, Spirit will continually send you confirmation of where you are. So when you are sent messengers in the way of insects and people and reptiles and birds, things in nature are coming to show you your alignment in oneness in all things. Spirit is saying numbers as well as synchronicities. They're all appearing to you to show you your alignment in the most natural way, is what Spirit is saying, which is why Spirit sends these messengers through nature, because it's a natural progression and a natural way of showing you where you are flowing. Flow is the most natural state. So it only makes sense that Spirit would show you things in nature to suggest to you and show you that you are in your most natural place. Many of you have been feeling this, and many of you have been feeling a lot of like press to go ahead with new ideas. And it's not for nothing. Spirit is saying to go that way. This is your soul pushing you in this better direction to get you into alignment with this embodiment component so that you may be able to flow with ease in your full capacity in sacredness throughout this life. But you got to make sure too that you are planning these next places, that you are getting sure in your mind about where you want to be. This is a great season. It seems like you are mastering it. You are killing it. Like many of you are aware of what's taking place. Even if you don't know what to call it, you can feel it and you've been moving in accordance to. And this is the new path. This is the new journey that Spirit has presented you with. It feels a little strange to do it, but Spirit wants you to remain flexible and go ahead and go with the flow, even when it don't make no sense. Many of you, and I feel like many of you are maybe smiling on the inside. Like I feel this massive like smile because you are in resonance with this message. It's a confirmation for you that yes, you are on the right track. Yes, you are doing the things that you are being pushed to do by your guidance, your internal guidance, that inner knowing. It will guide you every single time. And even though it feels like you're blindfolded or you can't see with your natural eye, your physical eyes, I actually want to just call them your physical eyes because the eye that is more natural is your third eye. You're able to more clearly see it even without knowledge with your third eye, that most natural eye. The physical eyes are for viewing. Oh, shoot. That's good, Spirit. The physical eye is for viewing. That third eye, that spiritual eye, that pineal is for viewing or seeing, actually seeing, not viewing. This one is for viewing. This one is for seeing. And seeing is often, is what was trying to come out, more the natural component. It is a part of the remembering. Being able to see with your natural eye is a part of the remembering, is what I'm hearing. It's your ability to see the ancient wisdom, the ancient sites. And by saying ancient, spirit is meaning natural, uh, long lasting, pre existing. It's those things that have been here all the time since before you. But it's because it's the most natural part of you, there is an inner knowing that is a part of you. So it's significant to lean into that. Listen, I just trust what spirit is saying. So some of you will resonate with that, some of you will not. But if you do, you know if you do or not. So spirit is saying to embark on this new adventure, this new journey of discovery and remembering, and do it with great zeal because it is a happy place, is what I'm hearing. It is a fulfilling place, it is a satisfying place, and it will present to you a measure of peace that you've never experienced in any other place in life, is what Spirit is saying. Um, and in this way, it will feel like nothing you've ever experienced before, but it will seem like there is very little going on, but there is major shift taking place. So don't be you'll feel it often more than you're able to yourself see sometimes. Often other people will see it in you more clearly than even you will, is what I'm hearing. And Spirit, I wanted to give you a reminder this morning. Also, I wrote this part. The reminder that growth doesn't have to be loud, dramatic, or dramatic to be profound. You are experiencing the most profound shift, but it will hardly ever seem like it a lot of times because our expectation and the limiting belief systems that often are in place cause us to believe that if it's not dramatic and if it's not loud, if it's not uh, grand, like well, Spirit had mentioned that in one of the last videos. Now I'm realizing, but it's important for Spirit to be repeating it. It is a profound shift, regardless as to whether or not it seems like it to other people or not, or even you. You'll notice the change, but it may not seem as big as it actually is. Spirit says sometimes it's quiet. And sometimes it's just sitting right next to you. Just being fully content and in the present. Spirit is saying to be present. The more present you learn to allow yourself to be, the more fully you begin to understand the transformation and the power that you are. Spirit is saying it's more than a possession of power. You are the power. You are the magic. So just make sure that you are being gentle and that you are loving yourself through You're nurturing this inner child. Talk to it, guide it through gently so that you may be able to accept you as the power that you are. If you need help with that and you're not sure what loving on yourself looks like, click the link in the description below to get my free Sacred Rise ritual. It will assist you in daily activity every single rising to direct your day and get you started in power. Hook yourself up with that. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Super simple, super short, maybe 5 minutes, or you can make it as long as you want, but it shouldn't take you a long time. At first, it'll feel strange and kind of woo woo, as people are saying these days, but powerful, powerful stuff. I use it still. I've built onto it. So I'll say it's a part of my morning or rise ritual for myself. I've given you a little snippet, a little piece of how I get my day started so that you may be able to equip yourself with your own power. How about that? You gotta love that. Anyway, the link is in the description if you're interested. But I want to share this other part with you all as a view into embodiment. So I am, and I'm sure I've mentioned this to you all before, but I am very open to all that spirit wants to do if you can't tell. But spirit has been leading me on this adventure and newness of life that is so fascinating and enjoyable. But it's different. It's different. The more I grow, the more spirit shows me more capacity, more embodiment, more of my own power. Yesterday, I was at home, and I was thinking about whether or not I put my decal in my window. I don't keep my decal attached to my windshield. I really don't like a lot of stickers and stuff like that on my car. So I don't attach the decal to the actual windshield. I just put it in there every single day so that my car won't get towed. So I had forgotten whether or not I actually remembered when I was getting out to put it in the windshield. So I went ahead and thought, okay, well, it's dark by now. I don't necessarily feel like going down to check, but I'll go down and check. It's no big deal. So as soon as I get outside, on the railing of the staircase, just in the corner, like I don't really know how to explain it to you. So there's a part in the corner of the railing that goes like that. So right in here on the railing, facing the trees, is the smallest and cutest little frog. He's so small. Not the tiniest I've ever seen, but very, very small. And the railing is not a huge railing. So he's just wedged up in that piece, and there's still plenty of room around him. He's just sitting there snug as a bug in a rug. He's got his little legs all tucked beneath him, just chilling, right? And I am so in awe. Now, I see frogs, okay? I like frogs. I like small things, small little cute stuff. To me, small frogs, tiny frogs are. Oh, I keep about to call them smogs, small frogs. They are just. They make me happy. Kind of like really small dogs. So if it's a really small something, then I'm all for it. if it's an animal or an insect and it looks cute. Even dogs. Sometimes I don't really be caring for them whenever they get bigger, but when they small, I really dislike them. Anyway, it is just, and I want to touch it, but I keep seeing in my mind's eye, as soon as I try to touch it, he's going to jump off. So I'm instructed to not touch it. So I start talking to him. I'm like, how did you get up here? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing up here? And how are you gonna get down? And I'm like, can I help you get down? And I keep getting this visual and this internal guidance, really communication from the frog. If I'm being real with you, just saying, don't touch me. I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna jump off this thing. I'm fine. So it's saying that I'm fine. I don't want it to jump to its death. Now, it's a frog. How it got up there, no idea. It knows. It knows the way intuitively. Spirit will guide it on how to get down as well, intuitively. As with all things, it's nature. But I am just like so happy to see it. And I know that it's a messenger. But I just talk to it. Hey, can I help you get down? Are you good? And the frog is like, I'm fine. Like, really, I'm fine. Don't mess with me. So I decide, okay, I'm not going to touch it as soon as I do, but I'm like, just don't move. Let me take pictures of you. It sat there. It did not move. Let me take the pictures. And I went on about my way, but that gave me so much joy. So much joy. And frogs have such great spiritual meaning. It's a transformation, and the fact that he's so small, it is a reflection upon his evolution and the transformation from being a tadpole into an adult. And its significance up this high is just speaking to a measure of growth that has taken place and allowance and dependence upon intuition and spirit to guide. It speaks of the ability to function between water as well as land. It's symbolic of emotional release, even just a whole growth and maturity process. And I say that to say that spirit knows how to communicate with you, how to get you messages if you're open. Spirit is always sending you messages if you're open, if you're open. So that's one instance. And then there's another instance where I was being heavily guided to go to the park yesterday morning. When I got to the park, I take the same route initially, and then I discover, okay, there's another route that I can take. I want to kind of shorten this a little bit on this side. So I take a route where there's traffic and all that, which I wouldn't normally do because I don't be messing with traffic down here in Houston. These folks don't be knowing how to drive, child. They'll hop up on that curb and get you. So I'll go ahead and take the path that I've never taken before. And when I get around that path, there is another path that I've never seen to take. I've never seen how to get on the path. I've seen it from a distance and I've never seen anybody take it. So I decide, okay, I'm going to go on this path. And the path is paved on both ends, but nothing is paved in between. It's like a hidden gem. It's like a hidden, like forest trail within the park. Nothing but dirt and tree roots in a carve out. Which was interesting because I'm like, well, dang, it seems kind of misleading at first. It's off the beaten path is what it seems like. And I'm like in there and I'm looking around and I'm like, this is wild because no one, like you couldn't really hear anything but the traffic on the other side, but it was easy just to not know that this area was in here. And across the path flies a cardinal, red bird, if you don't know what the cardinal is. And I'm like, oh, hey, Cardinal, like, dope to see you here. And I hear it purchased, and I hear some rambling in the bushes on the left side where it just came from. So I look over there, and there's another cardinal that is looking perched just right at me. And I'm like, oh, this is dope. Y'all came to visit me. Bam, this is amazing. Cardinals signify, and I did not know this until I got out and I looked it up. They signify taking the path less traveled. And they also speak to transformation. There's a number of other meanings. If you want to look it up, you can look it up. But that was so symbolic. So symbolic. And so many other things happen while I was in. I'm not going to extend this by telling y'all everything, but I am pushed to say that just to say that you are one with everything. And when you align, you get to experience every single thing in its fullness. But it's about what you accept and what you allow. Only the things you accept and allow will present themselves to you in such a noticeable and notable way to deliver to you the message that is intended. So Spirit is saying to be open. Go on the side quests. Go on the adventures of the thing that your heart is pulling you toward. If it's good for you. And Spirit wants to elaborate on that part because many of us, we are at the beginning of change, and we can sometimes mistake those things that are not good for us as good for us. So Spirit is saying to make sure that you're making an appropriate assessment about the things that are actually good for you. Those things are actually going to propel you forward in the way that you receive greatly karmically from those things. Because you have to know that karma is, it just is. It is a consequence. Consequences are neither good or bad depending upon what it is that you're doing. Whatever decision you make, there's a consequence to it. You make a decision that is for your betterment, you get betterment. If you make a decision that is for your detriment, you get detriment. That is all karma is. That is the seed that is sown. That is the reaping from the seed sown. It just is. It is a part of the isness of life. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. Anyway, again, if you need a little assistance on how to love yourself through and getting started with that, click the link below. That'll assist you. I give you a part of my rise ritual, something that I do every single day to direct my day as a start. It'll help you. It'll benefit you in this embodiment journey. So click on that if you're interested. But that is the message. I leave you all this message in love and in light, only and always. And go on and be great. Go on and practice this measure of embodiment through self-love. Use your keys to unlock yourself. And until next time. Hi.